First one is asset management and council leases review, which is on page 35 onwards. Notice that Councillor Glass is here. Did you want to say anything, Councillor Glass?
Only the fact of a food share is to highlight the recommendations, obviously, and just to clear that the review centred around property assets rather than the whole thing, and the rest will be coming up at a future panel. And part of the conclusions on page 43, as the Cabinet looked at 52, 53 and 54, I think that gives you a general gist of where the committee was coming from, and we would like to hear the Cabinet's views on the recommendations.
Okay. Right, well, it's under my portfolio, so I'll kick off. What we are, we appreciate the work being done, but of course the financial situation of the council in relation to the latest, I say settlement, because the word settlement implies that things have been settled. That is not the case at the moment. However, before I make any comments about individual bits and pieces, Councillor Darker wants to speak also.
Thank you, Chair. I was on this working group which was chaired by Councillor Chris Watkins. It was a very productive working group because we did actually, I think, work on the basis of trying to get somewhere with it. But it also uncovered how big a problem our assets are and how little we actually know about what state they're in and what we can do with them. The council had a vast amount of assets, some of which were a surprise to me, and I'm sure some of which will be a surprise to other members. And we really do need to make a lot better use of them because they effectively have cost us over the years millions of pounds to procure, and some of them are in a horrendous state. I mean, one of the ones that Councillor Watkins picked out was the two shops up the top of Queen's Road. They've just been left abandoned for almost a decade, just to fall down, opposite where the football ground is. So I do think we need to take this forward. We do need to actually put some work into bringing our assets into use, seeing which ones we no longer need. And I do think that the next bit of work on our leases will also be very valuable. And I do hope we're going to be constructive over this and take forward the value in these assets and actually try and find uses for them, sell them on, repair them or whatever's needed. And we don't just have a big pot of valuable stuff sitting nowhere. And I think one of the problems we've got is capacity with officers, because obviously Les Snowden is in charge of all sorts of assets, but he's also in charge of all sorts of redevelopment projects, and we just don't have enough officer time to be looking after effectively our assets, and it's like letting your garage fall down for the lack of a bit of repair. And yet it is an awful lot of assets we've got tied up in councils, owned land, sports centres, old chapels. I mean, the list is ginormous. And at the time when we're talking about places for housing, places for businesses are set up, we're just letting this stuff rot. Thank you, Chair.
I have two questions, Councillor Condarker. The first question is, which football ground are we talking about at the top of Queen's Road?
I was talking about the two shops opposite the old Nuneaton Town or Nuneaton Borough, depending which area you are from. Opposite the Cock and Bear, there's two shops there.
Thank you. Which are occupied?
No, they were rotting. They were occupied about a decade ago. They've just been left to rot.
Sorry, I go past there to work almost every morning.
There's a little alleyway and a little shop either side. They've been left to rot.
Thank you. My second question, I couldn't even tell you what was in them. And my second question is, you've mentioned about staff capacity. Are you aware of the 40% cuts in our income from central government over the past 5 years, and the fact that our staff are working beyond what they are actually paid for, in terms of trying to get the job done for this authority and its residents with a very limited amount of finance that we have. And therefore, we've relied upon the loyalty and hard work of our staff. Are you aware of that cut?
I'm aware of the scale of the cuts to government grant, and I'm also aware that actually the properties could raise some more income if actually they were put back into use.
Thank you. Any more questions to Councillor Condorcet? Thank you very much. Well, I'll go back to the report.